Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, and this will be a pillow talk video. And my pillow talks are basically videos that I do late at night. Probably the last thing I do before I drift off to sleep kind of thing. So in this video, I want to talk about another area of perception here. And, with me having spoken to so many survivors of narcissistic abuse through my coaching sessions and just through my threads, through my live chats, and just, through all types of areas, I've come to find that a lot of time the focuses are just off. The things that should be least or not even focused on take too much time or space in the survivor's mind. And one of those things are just wondering if the narcissist wants them and, things along that line. And in this video, I want to flip that, instead of pondering, does the narcissist want you? The real question is, do you want the narcissist? Too many times, we get stuck focused on the wrong things. Now, I can understand from a psychology standpoint why a person might look at it from, does the narcissist still want me, or are they treating this other person better? Things along that line. That is stemming from a lot of areas there, but typically, rejection. If you have issues with rejection, if you have issues with abandonment, if you still feel like this narcissist is a prize, because a lot of times when people see the narcissist move on to that next relationship, when they're basically just upgrading someone that they were cheating on you with to begin with, for some reason, people see that as a value because somebody else has it or somebody else wants it. But just because somebody else wants it doesn't make it valuable. These are perceptions, that we're drawing conclusions off of, and there's no merit behind that. If anything, you've seen what the narcissist is about. You've seen how they treated you. So you see their value right there, then and there, but as soon as you see them with someone else, for some reason that value goes up when it shouldn't. That person is going to find out in due time. You already found out. So, in this pillow talk, I just want to really work on flipping that perception and flipping that mentality from, does the narcissist still want me? Do they miss me? Are they in love with me? To, do you want the narcissist? And we all know the answer to that. And that's a big fat no. No, you don't want the narcissist. But, some of you might take comfort in feeling like if you feel like the narcissist does want you and they can't have you back for whatever reasons, because, you're not willing to take the toxic relationship. You're not willing to be someone's servant and be disrespected and cheated on and mistreated and so forth and so on. But yeah, I just find that way too many people are, focusing on the wrong things. Okay. Now, if the narcissist made you a supply and you were a primary source, why would they want to lose it? Then they have to put work and effort into getting another person, and especially if you had a lot to offer that narcissist. But as we all know, there are situations where they have to do this because of their own abandonment and rejection issues. They don't want to be dumped, so they're going to have to dump you first. They'll see the clues and the signs that you're wising up. The clues are the signs that you're pulling away, and they'll make a decision about that. But as I've said in other videos, if a narcissist willingly decides to discard you, that is a blessing. And if you haven't watched my video about basically the blessings of a closed door, then I highly recommend you watch that video. And I have a whole motivational playlist for survivors of narcissistic abuse while we're on that topic. For any of you that, whenever you have your down days or moments or time or space where you're just feeling triggered, you can go into that playlist and find there's almost 40 videos or something in that playlist that will uplift you. So definitely, use that as a tool to help you out. But in the meanwhile, although I do provide a lot of education on my channel to understand the narcissist, more than anything, I like to turn the experience inward because, as we can see, we're simply not changing that narcissist, but we can change the way that we react to them. We can change who we allow in our life and how much we let them penetrate. So, just shifting that focus off of, does the narcissist want me? And basically making it important to answer the question of, do you want the narcissist? Because that's really what matters. That's really what ends the cycle of abuse, guys, is you deciding, hey, I don't want that in my life anymore. Because they're toxic and they're dysfunctional. They'll keep coming back. If they feel like there's something to gain, they will still keep coming back to you. Okay? So, this isn't going to be a long video, guys. But, I just wanted to shoot that out there. Just something that I've been picking up on and observing and been meaning to address with you guys about flipping that perception. Because, by pondering that question, it insinuates a lot of things to me. I'll talk to the person to find out if those insinuations are in fact true. And like I said, abandonment issues, rejection issues, and still seeing value in that narcissist. Of course, if you still have emotional attachments, if you haven't broken that trauma bond or that soul tie, and if it was a narcissist that you weren't romantically involved with, there's still the trauma bond there as well. And then hopefully you're not using cognitive dissonance with yourself and, minimizing their abuse and maximizing the love bomb stages. Because, it's a love bomb even if it's not in a romantic stage or a romantic relationship is what I meant. Even if it was a family member, if it was a platonic friend. There are still those love bomb stages where they're on basically their perfect behavior and they're mirroring you and treating you exactly the way you want to be treated and then some. But then, the mask always comes back off and there's that betrayal and the disrespect and the dysfunction and all of that designed to keep you off balance and to, make you become more and more toxic, So we want consistency, but we certainly don't want it to be consistently toxic as well. So that's a no-go, guys. So, I hope this video resonates with someone that is, overly concerned about this narcissist and their feelings for you. I mean, once you know the basis or the basics about things as far as the narcissists do not love anyone, including themselves, and knowing that the narcissist was using you and manipulating, and basically a con artist. When you're taking into consideration all of these things, you don't want to be wanted by a person like that, okay? It's, and another thing at play here is the ego. And sometimes we have to check our own egos, It's quite possible that your ego is, bruised from the that feeling of rejection. So that's another possibility as well. I mean, we have our egos and it's not all bad, but yes, overly our egos could become a negative thing, as you see in the case with the narcissist, or even in the case of the survivor, and how they choose to perceive a situation. And that a lot of times can be based off of their egos, you know. So, just some things to keep in mind here when we're, post discard and the relationship is over. And, there's cycles and things that we go through as far as sometimes being obsessed with who the new partner is or the new primary source for that narcissist is, and comparing that person to ourselves. And, we all go through that phase, but, you don't want to dwell there. And once you really fully grasp what that narcissist is and what went on in your situation, we want to graduate from that point of pondering, does the narcissist want me? Okay. All right, guys. So if this video resonates with you, go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you hit the bells, guys, so that you can be notified when I upload videos. I do offer coaching, guys, one-on-one, personalized coaching, which definitely took my healing to the next level. I do this over the phone. I do Skype. I do FaceTime. And I do email coaching. You can go to LakiaCrawford.com and see, click the coaching tab. It has everything under there. And you can email, CoachLakia@gmail.com if you're interested in that. I have books, guys, on Amazon.com and BarnesandNobles.com that help you in your healing from narcissistic abuse and trauma and toxic relationships, helps you with your shadow work, lots of pearls of wisdom with your relationship and relationship advice, basically. And for those of you who have experienced sexual abuse, I did write a book called Silent Tears, From Survivor to Survivor, with exercises and a lot of shadow work in there to help you in your healing process with that. As far as my other books, I do recommend reading them in order. The X Factor Volume 1, The X Factor Volume 2, The Beauty of the Eye. Okay? And with all of that being said, thank you to those of you that donate to the channel. That link is under most of the videos. If you feel as though my videos have helped you, you're definitely welcome to donate to the PayPal. And I even have Cash App now. It's just $Coach Lakia. If you want to do that, great or small, is all appreciated. And with that being said, guys, continue to do your shadow work. And there's over 300 videos here on this channel. I put them all into playlists. So please listen to any and all of my videos. Feel free to share any and all of the videos. And, repeat any ones that you need to re-listen to as well. Part of reprogramming and changing our behaviors are, repeating positive behaviors, repeating positive messages. So, in essence, we are rewriting over the old ways of thinking. Okay, even if you listen to something while you're sleeping, you're helping to write that into your subconscious. Okay, and with that being said, guys, please take care.